Hey there YouTube, Super Brain AK here, and check out what I got in the mail today. It's a Arduino Mega clone, a level shifter shield, and pin reconfigurer, and LCD TFT multicolor backlit touch digitizer display. So yeah, pretty awesome. I've got the example sketch loaded up right now of the U-Touch Quick Paint, and yeah, let's see, I got it from this eBay from this guy here. Focus. E_GOTO. E_GOTO. I'm assuming he's in Canada because, well, actually no, he's in China, but has all his listings in Canadian dollars. Not sure, because it was a China Post box. So yeah, decent quality. Everything's working perfectly fine out of the box. So yeah, it's fairly cheap, 50 Canadian dollars, which is a fair bit less than American dollars, or a fair bit less in American dollars. Yeah, so arrived fairly within a decent amount of time. Actually, I wasn't waiting months. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So what else? Yeah, I've been playing with the example codes for it. So, the quick paint, and I did the calibration one first. That was the first thing I did. Loaded it up, see if it worked, and calibrated it right. Had to change the file. Everything was mostly the same, or mostly proper. So yeah, so if I'm not doing high voltage videos, you'll know what I'm doing. Playing with my new little toy. One concern I do have about it, or one note, sorry about the loud air conditioner. In the first take, I made sure to wait until it was off, and then second take, well, first when I was reviewing it, I had this flipped over, and that's my voting ballot. So that was lovely information about to go viral. Not really, I don't think anybody cares where I live. Phoenix, Arizona is all you need to know. So back to the point. The one concern I have about it is connecting other things to it. That's fairly limited. I'll bet there is some sort of shield that I can put in between this adapter and the actual Arduino, and have right angle adapters where I can Frankenstein it to a breadboard circuit. So yeah, so we'll see about maybe getting that, or just get wires, bend them right, or even just little headers, bend them, get little right angle headers to access the rest of the pins. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I really like the touch on it. So it does have some, see that little blip that was originally a little bit down, but it just went up. And you got multiple colors. This sketch is only using the predefined ones in a word, so I couldn't add any colors like my favorite, which is orange. But oh well, we'll make do. So yeah, it's fairly good. It's definitely accurate enough for pressing little boxes. Oh, you can see my camera in the reflection. Yeah, definitely accurate for touching little boxes. Works pretty great for that. Yeah. So I'm gonna see what other examples there are, or maybe just start programming my own. Because I already have like the basic layout of things in this code. By the way, the original in the library, this part here with all the pins, that's exactly how this one is configured. The default of the library. Maybe an updated version might say something different, but this seems to be the most popular configuration, which is the mega configuration with an ITD BS. Oh, ITD B32S on 38, 39, 40, and 41. So, yeah, there's the color list, and unfortunately that's set as a word and a list here with commas and whatnot, so I can't just put 3 RGB values in place. So I want orange. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be looking at code and seeing what sorts of things that I can do with my master control and turn this guy into uber master control, and then have my teensies be like I2C or some other serial something communication as like little port expanders and or slaves to do other sorts of communication between them and do other automations and or things like that. So yeah, that would be pretty awesome. What would definitely be cool is have a bunch of little Wi-Fi or Bluetooth modules so that I don't have to run like any phone wire or something across all the things and connect different things throughout the house. So like have a temperature controller in the room, something on the thermostat, and have a self-setting thermostat. So, yep, my ideas of home automation are definitely fairly prominent. So yeah, as far as any other things going on, I did order some little buck converters, I believe, to make this sorts of setup more efficient, because this is just an LM317 linear regulator and wastes a fair amount of heat, so it's not very efficient. What I would like would be a proper pulse width controller, because these fans are pulse width, which I actually did make a okay pulse width controller using those SB6512s. maybe, those little touch control dimmers things. So I took one of those, modified it with, as you can see, the pin configuration of this fan is a little bit off from the normal. Normally it's negative, positive, tack, and then pulse width. But this, it's positive, negative, tack, pulse width. Because on the little pins of the module, it's got the 5 volts in, ground, positive LED, negative LED. So what I did is in the, it's got a little diode, reverse protection diode, which is a dumb idea to remove. You'll see why in a bit. But I replaced that basically with a 7805 in a TO92 package, and basically took the two sides, the input side and the output side, put that across the LED because the LED was pointing that, the diode was pointing this way, and so I took the input of the 7805 and then the output of 7805 across that diode, and then took the ground out to the negative plane, which is on a little resistor on the LED, which I accidentally burnt out when I was soldering everything, because that stuff is really small. Yeah, that was definitely my first experience with surface mount Pico components. But yeah, so I removed the positive resistor on the positive LED, so this pin was just disconnected, and then I removed the transistor on the negative of the LED, which went down to ground. It's an NPN, and then I soldered over the collector and the base with a little jumper wire to connect the pulse width output to the pulse width input of the fan, which worked really well until you have it off, which is for no reason. I can't figure out why that happens. I'm sure that's somewhere in the hardware of the chip. If you were to expand the length of the wire on the chip, it flickers on and off, which is probably what my the LED panel that I have, the 550 lumen one, is doing. It's got some interference on that pin, and I guess adding a meter length of wire didn't help that much. But yeah, even if with the short length from here to the fan, when you turn it off, it blinks. So the fan actually spins up faster than the lowest setting, which is pretty dumb. Yeah, and I've tested that with a proper one, in case you're thinking, oh, I just burnt it out. No, I've tested with a perfectly fine one, took a little wire, touched on the pulse width output, and light starts blinking when it's off. Really dumb. But anyway, the pulse width when it was on worked perfectly fine for these smaller types of fans. It didn't work very well with the larger Foxconn fans or Nidex that I have, which are really big, 120 millimeters, where these are just 80. So, So I'd like a proper, easy to control pulse width fan controller that you plug a barrel jack in and have a 4-pin fan out with either touch or maybe a potentiometer output or control. So yeah, I don't know why you're staring at my desk. I do want to get or solder on a RCA thing here for my Panasonic speakers, if that will focus. Probably not enough light because I'm just using snap circuits onto the RCA cables going to my computer. So definitely want to make that prim and proper. What else is new? I guess maybe this compared to my CenturyLink ones. Switched to Cox a while ago, which is definitely a lot cheaper than the DSL and internet. Well, DSL and phone from CenturyLink or prior Quest Communications. So we got internet through Cox, and what's really awesome is you can see the little guy back there, UMA telephone. It's an IP based service, and you basically buy the fairly expensive box, but your bill is tax, which is in our area in Phoenix is only like three something dollars a month. So yeah, and that just plugs into your either modem or router. It does have a little pass through, so if you just had a modem, no switches or anything, you can plug your computer into the UMA. And UMA definitely has a lot of little modules that it can put in. It's like it's got a little Bluetooth USB dongle that you plug into the USB in the back, and you can have little wireless handsets. But we have our little landline here with answering machine and whatnot already, so the UMA picks up one ring after this one. So in case the power does go out, their cloud-based services will pick up the phone for you. So anybody can leave a message no matter what the state of your self is. Which, for me, with my little APC 1500 watt UPS that I recently got batteries for, that was a recycled junker from work, which worked quite well with just about 25-30 watts, which is powering my laptop and the switching gear and phone. It says about 30 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And oh, that's where I got the batteries. Got them from guess I can't really go to the site. Refurbups.com. That's a great site, definitely. Great site. And yeah, UMA is great. It's very cheap service, and only the box is a high cost. So it's definitely worth it because it'll pay off in the future. So yeah, it's 19 minutes now. I guess I'll quit rambling. My voice is kind of tired, and I'm starting to babble. Yeah, so I'll be playing with this guy instead of electronics. So I'll be in Arduino land, or in this guy's case, Funduino land. Just totally better than Arduino. Yeah. So we'll be seeing what sort of control things I can be getting myself into. And yeah. So I guess I'll catch you later, guys. Have fun with your projects and stay safe. Take care, everybody. See ya.